Drugs in the morning rush. Kids Country.
Well, gorgeous sunshine today. It looks fantastic. The roadways, I tell you what, construction is going on. You got nice days like this, don't you, Pete?
That is for sure. Things are in high gear.
Yeah, I noticed that traveling this past weekend, Minnesota.
Yep,
I know you have nothing to do with that, but
I do not. Just
Well,
gonna throw that out there right now.
yeah, but there was run into a lot of it this past week. It seems like there's always something going on Interstate 35, whether it's in Minnesota or in Iowa.
Yeah, well, it's you look at that stretch of road from here to Minneapolis. That's 120 miles, and it's a pretty well-traveled road. So,
Right.
pretty good bet that you're going to see some type of work in that stretch pretty much every year.
A little bit, and that's all you see, whether it's on the interstates or county roads or state highways. They're everywhere.
Yep, that is for sure. And like I said, things are going pretty well after that wet week we had. What about a week or so ago? We've had some pretty good weather now, and things are moving on. The big thing going on right now at Floyd is they've been doing some new concrete pours on the north side of the intersection on 218, getting the new entrance into the Love Truck stop ready. That's going well, and hopefully that'll be open by early next week, and things will be a little more open going through that area. Work's still going on in Northwood. Things are progressing, working on the sidewalks right now. Looking at early August to finish that project. Again, there will be some lane closures and flaggers, so be aware of that when you go through town. Iowa 3 between Hampton and the Butler County line still going well. The bridge deck overlay by Riceville. The one that people may have noticed the most that we talked about last week that got going right around Thursday was the bridge deck overlay on US 65 on the north end of Mason City. So there's lane closures there. Went through that yesterday, and it's no problem getting through there. Just got to be aware of it. So that is in full swing. Should finish up late June or early July. And the other one that's kind of going on right now is on I-35. They're doing some work on the bridge approaches. It's south of Clear Lake, both northbound and southbound in a couple locations. And again, that'll just be a lane closure, so not a detour or anything. Just be aware of that as you drive through the area.
Yeah, with all that going on in full swing this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, what's going to happen to the crews? Are you going to open that back up a little bit where they can, or?
Where they can, yes. The crews will be off the road Friday and Monday. But again, it's these bridge deck overlays. Obviously, you can't open up a bridge deck that's partially torn apart that they're repairing. But like the ones down by Iowa 3, the overlay between Hampton and the Butler County line, some of the stuff we were just talking about possibly on I-35 where they're doing the bridge deck approaches. Some of those where you can pull off for the weekend, we will be doing that just because of the extra traffic. So yeah, that there will cut down some of the work zones you see, but again, a lot of them where they are more involved, where you can't open up a road that's not ready,
Right.
the lane closures will still be in place there.
Okay, so keep that all in mind. And even when the crews aren't working, still you can get a fine, right? Going through the work zone area.
Yep, that is exactly right. As long as you are between the road work ahead and end road work sign, you are in a work zone, whether there are crews there or not. And if there is a reduced speed limit there, you need to follow that. Like you said, whether people are working or not, whether it's Sunday afternoon or whether it's Tuesday morning and the crews are out. It's a reduced speed work zone, and you need to follow those reduced speed limits.
Now, I got a question, whether you can answer it or not, Pete, but when you come into those kind of zones, are there cameras on the sides just to catch any speeders?
We do not have speed cameras in Iowa in our work zones at this point anyway.
Right.
And yeah, so no, we do not have work zone cameras or speed cameras, but there are times where if there's a problem with speeding in there, we do request extra law enforcement, and law enforcement will be patrolling those work zones, with extra staff. So we do what we can to keep the speeds down in the work zones.
Are there states that do have cameras? Yeah.
That I don't know. I do not know if they have speed cameras in work zones or not.
That'd be an easy way to catch it, you think?
Yeah, it definitely would. It definitely would, but there's all kinds of different things that go into that. So,
Right.
yeah, it's like I said, at this point, we do not have speed cameras in our work zones, but again, we will request extra law enforcement presence if we are having problems with speeders through the area.
All right, so keep that in mind. Last thing you want to do is go speeding through a work zone for safety of the workers and yourself.
Correct. For your safety is the number one thing, but also the fines. They're pretty steep. You don't want to have to deal with that.
Right.
That'd put a damper on your weekend or any day, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Well, excellent. Of course, the Iowa DOT update that we get every single Tuesday at about 7:40, brought to you by Mesa City All Risk Insurance. Thanks to Dave and the crew there at Mesa City All Risk. You making sure that you're covered on insurance, whether it's a motorcycle. Saw a lot of boats this weekend. Seen a lot of motorcycles on the roadways. So make sure your vehicles are all covered there. So I was in Minnesota and saw a lot of boats and campers being pulled around this past weekend, Pete.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just got back from northern Minnesota yesterday afternoon, so I know what you're saying. There's a lot of them on the road, and that just kind of drives home the point too that traffic's just going to continue throughout the summer.
Yeah.
It's going to get very busy starting this weekend. So be prepared. If you're traveling through a metro area or something like that, give yourself extra time. Wear your seatbelts, slow down, don't get distracted, whether it's a cell phone, GPS, kids, whatever in the vehicle. Make sure you're paying attention to the roads because, like I said, Memorial Day is the official start to the summer travel season. And
Yeah.
it's also termed the 100 deadliest days between Memorial Day and Labor Day on the highway. So
Really.
we want to make sure we can keep those numbers as low as possible.
Absolutely. So, Pete, we probably were driving on the same interstate. So you went through the same traffic stuff I went through yesterday.
More than likely.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
about that? Do you ever get upset when you go, oh, more traffic?
I do not like driving in heavy traffic, so I don't know if I say upset, but maybe frustrated would be a better word.
There you go. Yeah.
That's
Try pulling a trailer through all that.
we're pulling a boat trailer.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yep, exactly.
There you go. Well, Pete,
But
how
it's
do
worth
you
it.
Yeah, it is. But it's nice up there. But of course, the Canadian fires that are going on, making northern Minnesota a little hazy.
It was hazy every day we were up there. It was pretty crazy. Thursday was really hazy. It was like mostly sunny, but you could barely see the sun because of the wildfire smoke. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was definitely noticeable.
it really was. Oh, what do? You stay inside, I guess, because they have air quality control that says it's bad to be outside.
Yeah, it's I didn't think it got to that point for us where we were at up in north of Grand Rapids, but we definitely did notice it.
Yeah. How about that? Pete in Grand Rapids area, and I'm in the Park Rapids area.
Yep,
So far away, but yeah, we still didn't get together up there.
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, Pete knows better.
Sometimes you just got to make choices.
And we're both wise enough. Well, one of us is wise enough to make those choices.
It worked out just fine.
Pete, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Jay.